Live, 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 live. So I just got done writing a little post. I thought I'd do a live on the same subject. So you've probably seen this week that there's been a post circulating on social media. I don't try to consume social media too much. I try to use it for, you know, business purposes and creating things. But it's kind of hard to avoid it because everybody's sharing it. It's all about the profits that are being earned by all the big gas and electricity oil companies, and how all the CEOs and all that the money that they're earning, and how unfair it is on the average person like me and you, without going into an argument around ethics and what's fair and what's not fair. I think it's important that we do look at this as a topic and we do address it, because we cannot deny that the world is changing, right? It is changing. It's changing quickly, and it's not necessarily changing for the better. And it can often feel like life is trying to take things away all the time. It's taking away your energy. It's taking away your focus. It's taking away your money. It's taking away maybe even material things because you can't afford to keep them anymore. It's taking away your relationships, your loved ones, your friends, your family, whatever it is. Life can often get you to a point where you feel like it's just take, and you're always losing. And we can get wrapped up in that. We can go down this rabbit hole of things are scary, things are not good, it's worrying, it's stressful, it's fearful, and I've got nothing. Ultimately that's how we start to feel. We feel like we've lost so much that we start to lose sight of the purpose of life, the point of life. But the thing is, that perspective is only ever going to keep you stuck. And it's just going to keep you in that same place, ruminating on these same thoughts over, oh, it's bad now, how's it going to be in the future? And things are just going to keep changing. And the more that the world changes, the worse you're going to feel. And that's not how it should be. All right? When you can give to the world and give a lot of great value, then you're going to get something in return. And that's not just in terms of money, it's in terms of anything. If you can give someone a great experience, or if you can give someone a little bit of help, or if you can give something that actively changes someone's life, or even if you can just give someone a smile, you're going to get something in return. It's that basic principle of reciprocity. The more value you can give, the more value you're going to get back. And in a lot of instances, people are going to say, well, I haven't got anything to give. I've got nothing to give. You have got things to give. But when it feels like there's nothing, it's worth asking yourself, all right, well, what can I create then? Because ultimately life is about creating things, The more that you can create, the more you will have to give. And then the less that the world can take from you. And even if it does take, it don't matter, because you can create more. If you approach life from the perspective of, well, if I lose something, I can create more of it, then you're going to have a completely different worldview than the person who is constantly sitting in a place of loss. And you're ultimately going to have a better life. You're always going to be in a better position than someone out there in the world. There are people who will look at your life and absolutely kill to be you and to have the things that you have. And it'd be quite a sobering thought, really. And it's something that everyone should think about more often. There will always be someone who wants what you have. And yeah, sometimes what you have isn't enough for you. So if it isn't enough, go create something more. The more you create, the more you give, the more you're going to get. All right. And of course, it's not quite as black and white as that. Nothing ever is. But the key principle here is that we should be noticing what we do have. And instead of getting lost in what we're losing and then the cost of everything, we should be thinking about, right, well, what can I create? What more can I bring to the table? And how can I give that? And also, how can I express gratitude for the things I do have? So there's 3 key themes there: gratitude, giving, and creating. People that do those things in life are generally a lot more successful and a lot happier. And it's in doing those things that we start to really notice a shift. Those are things that we really work on within, the Project Tempest Pathways. We work on these things within the programs as part of the big picture. So the question for you this week is, are you expressing gratitude for things you do have rather than focusing on the things that you're losing? What are you actually creating? What have you created this week? What have you put out into the world that's useful? And what have you given? So it's worth just pondering on those questions. And then the ultimate question, the cost of living is going up. What's the cost of not living? So easy to get wrapped up into, the stress, the fear, the worry of how bad things could get and forget about how good things are, and how if you get lost in all the negative stuff, then you're not going to be living your life. You're going to be so focused on that you actually just forget to live. You forget to use what's in front of you. You forget to be grateful for what's already there. You forget that actually you could go create something else. You could go do something else. So that's the kind of theme for this week. And I think it's something that's really worth considering as we head out into the weekend. And if you are struggling and you feel like you need that kick in the ass, you feel like you need that little bit of help to be more grateful, to be more creative, to be more energetic, to be able to focus better, to be able to create something, then it's well worth getting The Art of Upgrading. It's a little book, 7 days. Each day you learn something, you do something, you get a result. So if you want me to send you a copy of that book, just drop it in the comments and then I will give you the details on how you can invest in that and ultimately put yourself on a path to peace, purpose, and power, which is going to help you navigate this ever-changing world. So ponder on those questions. Let me know your thoughts. And if you know you need a copy of that book that's going to give you a 7-day kick in the ass, drop in the comments, let me know, and I'll drop you the details.